I'm just a boy from Kansas out to save the world from chronic disease. And I truly mean that. Nobody is in control of your health but you. I can't heal you. Your doctor can't heal you. You have to heal you. And it's all about having the education and empowerment to know what you need to be changing within yourself, within your life, to set your soul free and accomplish that best life that we all like to talk about. And I truly believe that the greatest medicine of all is to teach people how not to need it. I'm Brendan Vermeyer, the original Holistic Savage. Welcome to the Holistic Savage podcast.
Watching, and I'll tell you a funny story. It's kind of embarrassing, but I think you'll appreciate this.
I'm here for
it. But my apartment in Asheville. I'm in LA now. I have another place in Asheville, or did, and I'm sitting there, and I just moved into the apartment, and every day there's a beautiful woman across the way who walks around in her apartment naked. Okay, so I'm looking right across the way, and I'm just like, okay, now, so everyone's probably laughing now. I'm a dude. I'm a single dude. I'm like, this girl is gorgeous. And then I just go, Jade, what do you think she would think if there's some dude who sees what she's doing and is, watching her? Is that a virtuous thing to do? Now, of course, it's in my, what am I going to do? But I close my blinds. And I was thinking to myself, that's not something that a younger Jade Tita would have done, right? I would have been, being like, damn, this chick is hot, calling my friends, being like, bring the popcorn over or whatever, right? And looking across the room at this beautiful, naked 20-some-year-old. Now I just go, yeah, I'm not going to do that because she would not want me to do that. It's not a virtuous thing to do. And I'm also not in that hedonistic place that you talk about, where I'm like, I need that. I would rather be a good human with no one watching. I would rather, take out the trash. Small things, like I just moved into a new building and they put my boxes when we get mail, they're way down at the other thing. And someone in my building, I have not even met, brings these things to my front door. And I wonder if they do it for everybody because, it's kind of spread out. So I think maybe my unit's on the way. And I'm just like, this is the kind of human that I want to be and the kind of humans that we want in the world. And the final thing I'll say here is when you start behaving like that, all of a sudden it starts to translate into virtuous behaviors other places. What I mean by that, but virtuous behaviors like literally eating better. Your other 4 jobs start to get better as you become more purpose-driven and anchored in the type of person who's going to take care of Team Human. If I can teach one thing about pain, and I know you'll agree with me here, Brendan, if I could teach one thing about personal pain, the best way as a human to heal your pain, and I would almost say the only way to completely heal your suffering and pain as a human is to find and heal that suffering and pain in another. Mm-hmm. That's really the only way to completely do it. That you first go, I cut my finger. Oh my God, let me patch it myself. Let me learn to be discerning with a knife, right? That's going from child to adolescence. And then the final step into maturity and adulthood is go, you know what? Let me help other people be better with knives. Let me teach them how to not cut themselves or to heal themselves. And that's what you and I do. It's probably the reason that we're here talking.
Exactly. Yeah, I love this. And I think you just broke it down very well, kind of step by step, where, like you said, people react interestingly to their suffering. And suffering is part of life. I was just writing about suffering the other day on the gram and, talking about how obviously the body really operates on this principle of specific adaptation to impose demand. And it's like we all experience suffering. Life happens, bad stuff happens, painful things happen, and that results in trauma. And that trauma very much kind of literally and psycho-emotionally, rhetorically shapes our belief system, shapes our physiology and our neuroplasticity. That trauma, that suffering that results in trauma, it's a stimuli. And ultimately it's up to us on how we grow from it. It's I don't know, it's kind of like if a tree is growing and then a fence gets kind of put right on top of it, and it's like, well, it can either, wither and die, or it can adapt. And
Mhm.
oh, well, I was supposed to be a straight tree, but now I'm going to be a curvy tree and grow around this fence. And so I love what you're saying, where it's like, I think we really need to embrace the suffering, embrace the trauma. What can I learn from it? And what is that future self that I'm trying to be? What do I want for myself in my life? And what's the lesson to be extrapolated from this trauma, from this suffering, that then I can use on my higher path, but then I can take that to the next level and serve others. And so